Hey Aquarius, I hope you guys are doing great. We are here to do your Mercury retrograde reading, where we'll take a peek at things that you might need to keep an eye out for over the next few weeks. So let's jump right in and start by pulling an oracle card to see what overall energy is surrounding you guys right now. And the card that we have that came out for you is Full Moon in Cancer. A personal issue reaches resolution. So what it feels like, Aquarius, is that something that you've been dealing with for some time is going to come to an end, that you are going to figure out what this is one way or the other. So let's pop into some tarot and see if we can get a little bit of clarity on what all is waiting for you. So something that you should sort of expect in the next few weeks, we have the Seven of Wands. So this is a card of sort of being defensive, right? This is someone who is a little bit in fight mode, in self-protection mode. So I think that, this might not necessarily be the smoothest time for you. And sometimes that's what tends to happen when we have retrograde periods, right? That things get a little bit rocky, so you might feel yourself being put in a place of having to fight for something, having to defend yourself against someone. I do feel like this is a relationship. I'm not feeling that it's necessarily a romantic one, but it feels as though there is someone around you that things are not necessarily progressing with in the way that you would have wanted it to. So this could be the deepening of a friendship. This could be a work relationship that you're involved in, but there feels like there's a sort of sense of stagnancy, and you're fighting to try and get some clarity on what this relationship is and what it looks like for you moving forward. It just seems like a bit of frustrating sort of struggle energy, if you will. But there seems that there's going to be a little bit of disruption that occurs during this time period with the Queen of Wands in reverse. So it feels as though someone, either you or the other person that's involved in this situation, is starting to almost lose interest in this. Whatever this situation is, whatever this relationship is between the two of you, it feels as though somebody is sort of losing passion for it, that they're losing excitement, they're losing the desire to kind of move forward. We also have that clarified by the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And so this could be a situation where you or the other person comes to the realization that whatever this interaction is, it's not going to give you the stability that you've been looking for. It's not going to be that sort of abundant, fruitful relationship that you would have hoped that it would be. It's almost like this sort of awakening moment where something might happen that just changes perspective, where you start looking at things a little bit differently. And it's kind of like, yeah, I don't even know if I want this anymore. But the shift that we see occurring comes with the Nine of Cups. So even though things may seem a little bit rocky right now, Aquarius, and there's uncertainty, I do think that there's going to be this disruption that makes you shift your mindset. And you're ultimately going to be a lot happier, I think, with the decision that you made. Whereas before, you were in this energy of things not changing, feeling kind of defensive and kind of fighting for this. It almost feels as though you have this moment where you realize that maybe you need to let this go, let this situation with this person go, and you're going to get to a happier place. And we have that clarified by the Ten of Wands in reverse. This is the release of a burden. So something that's been weighing you down, something that you have been thinking about when it comes to this person, this shift that's happening is going to be one of you releasing and letting it go and finding your happy place outside of this person. Because I think that you're starting to realize that whomever this is that you're dealing with is not going to get you to this happy place. It almost feels as though you realize that your interaction with this person has been weighing you down. And it's been sort of keeping you from living your best life, from doing things that truly make you happy, and not giving you the outcome that you were actually looking for. So good things are happening. So one thing to be mindful of during this time period, we have the sun in reverse. I think that where you are right now, currently, Aquarius, is that there's been so much stress associated with this situation that you are, that you're just a little bit stagnant, right? I don't think that you're particularly happy with the way that things have been going. And again, I think we saw that, up here with, this sort of burden that you're releasing, this stress, this feeling of having to fight, being in defense mode. And we have the sun in reverse clarified by the hanged man in reverse. And so something to be mindful of is that this is going to be a conscious choice on your part in order to get that resolution, where I think you've been sort of in the mindset of, oh, I should keep trying. Should I keep trying? Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. You're trying to balance out the pros and the cons of, staying in this energy. And so I think that, Spirit is saying that in order to recapture this happiness that we saw up here with the 9 of Cups, and also releasing of this burden that you've been carrying, it's going to have to be a very mindful decision on your part to sort of walk away and to let this person go. What we have, I think, for what you don't see, sort of what's coming towards you, what you're going to get out of this situation, we have the Queen of Swords in reverse clarified by the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. And so what I think that ultimately this resolution is not going to be one that's particularly explosive. I don't see it as being, harsh words exchanged or anything like that. I feel like, Aquarius, you're just going to very quietly make this decision to move on. With the 2 of Pentacles, I think that there's no more back and forth. And we see that also reflected with the Knight of Swords in reverse. Now, typically that's a very wishy-washy, back and forth, 1 foot in, 1 foot out type of energy. And I think that you are going to separate yourself from that you are going to be very firm and very decisive about walking away from this person, from this situation. I think that you are going to pursue your own happiness independent of them. Like you're letting everything go after sort of struggling for so long, after trying to figure out whether or not this is something that you want to continue working for and engaging on. I think that you are going to walk away. Now, that being said, the final card that we have out, the last message from Spirit, we have Speak Up. So I think that, again, the ending of this is not going to be something that's super explosive. I'm not feeling any big arguments. I think that you're going to be, if you have a discussion with this person, that you are going to be very honest with them and be very honest with yourself and just kind of say, hey, you know what? This is no longer working for me. This is no longer serving for me. And these are the reasons why. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a step back. I don't think that there's going to be much room for discussion here. I do think that you are very much going to honor yourself and speak your truth, but I'm not sensing anything malicious. I'm not sensing that you're going to be mean or disrespectful about it. I think that you're going to, it's almost clinical, like you're just laying the evidence out, you're speaking your truth, and that's going to be the end of that. So it feels like a very empowering energy, but it is going to allow you to bring about this resolution that's going to put you on a path to where you are much happier, where you are much more empowered, that you are able to just sort of let go of all of the stress that's been associated with this person in this situation. So Aquarius, good things coming after a little bit of a rocky start. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope that this was helpful and I hope that it resonated. If it did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. But in the meanwhile, stay safe, stay healthy, and I am sending you all huge hugs.